Hi folks, here we are doing something a little different. We're at an airplane. It's an Air and Space Museum. This is in Box Elder, right near the Ellsworth Air Force Base here, big Air Force Base just east of Rapid City, South Dakota. So we're going to show you around a lot of these cool old planes, a lot of history here. We'll walk through them. There's some jet engines and stuff, and there's a B29, B52, so we'll do a little walk around and just enjoy the video. Well, we'll start off with this one here. This is one of my favorites here, the B29 Bomber. We'll take you by this map here, show you what's going to be at this place. There's the information on it, and this shows all the different planes, and they have a number next to them, and then you can look down here and see what the identifications are right there. And here's where we're starting. We're going to go out here, we're going to come back around here, go like this, we'll loop around here, come around there, and end up right there. So enjoy the video. We'll start walking here. There's the B29. Boy, these are iconic. A lot of history right here. You can walk right under the wing. You can see the tail section there. A lot of denting on these engine covers from all the missions it's been on. This one's called the Legal Eagle 2, right there. I always love the paintings on the sides of these old bombers and stuff too, though. We'll get some of the history here. We'll show you all the plaques on these so you can read for yourself if you want to pause on them. B29 Super Fortress, the big stick. How'd you like to be this guy? I knew a guy that had to do that. He was a small guy, and he was in Korea, and he was a radio operator, and part of the radio operator's job was if the bomb got stuck in the bomb bay doors underneath, he'd have to climb down through a tube, get in there and free him up, you know, as the wind is blowing by, because the doors are open, just the bomb won't drop. Seemed like kind of an interesting job. You can see how big this is. You see our pickup with trailer over there. Give you the scale. These are big planes. Jump to the other side of this one. There's the nose cone. You can see all the windows on it. Really cool. You can see over here all the other ones we're gonna come by. Oh, I see looks like a B-1 bomber about to take off over there at Ellsworth. We'll jump underneath this one. I don't know if you can see it from here. I'm not sure if it's taking off or landing, but we'll kind of jump under the tail of this one and show you this plane. And here's the entrance right here for the Ellsworth Air Force Base. Maybe that one was landing. I just saw it taxiing across there. But you do see them coming in here all the time, buzzing in here and landing on training missions or whatever they're doing. Maybe they're on missions across the country or across the globe. I don't know. Get up to the front of this one, read the plaque. This is a big plane. We're walking right under it here. U.S. Air Force. No, you can hear that. I'll try to zoom in a little. Down under the wing, I could just see it coming across over there, and you know, I'm probably maybe a half mile from that, so that kind of shows you the noise. There you can see it, it's coming off. I don't know if you can catch it in the camera, but it's coming up under the wing here. It's taking off under the ground, flying up in the other direction over there. Pretty cool. Zoom back out here, check out this airplane. Quite a place here at Ellsworth. This is one of the major bases for the Air Force. when there's a problem somewhere in the world, this is what solves it. There you go. EC-135A, launch control system. Finger on the button. This was a cargo plane. No weaponry. 31,000 gallons of fuel. So that must be what that thing is on the tail of it. Yeah, you can see here, pumping fuel at 300 miles an hour. So there's a boom at the end, and there's a boom operator, and they drop that boom down, and they could fill up another airplane with this one. This one was 31,000 gallons of fuel on there, just to dump it into another plane, as well as its own fuel. From here, we'll jump over to that big one you see over there. That's the B52 Bomber. This one's a real monster. I think it's probably the largest in size here at this location. This is a B52D Strat Fortress. And I'll show you some of the information on it here. You can pause on any of that you want to. Top speed 650 miles an hour right there. I think it said, let me check that out, payload 60,000 pounds. It has 4 50 cal machine guns on it. Here's some information on the Ellsworth Air Force Base right there. There's President Eisenhower. How'd you like to be in charge of flying this thing? This is just gigantic. The wings are so long that it has wheels way out there on the end of the wings to steady them as it's landing. It's got 4 dual landing gear setups that pop down here from the belly. Get in here in the shade a little bit. This tire is going to be able to handle a lot of weight when this drops down on the ground. We can get a tow hook up under there. Here's the cargo doors right here. You can see the hinges, and these belly doors would open up, and whatever their cargo they're hauling. Here's one of the doors open for the rear landing gears. Look at the size of that tail. I mean, that's got to be like, I don't know, I'd guess 40 to probably 40 feet in the air, way up there. Not sure what that is. Looks like steps almost on there. Here's the high security gate right there. You can see it right there. That road, they got military police, and that goes into the Ellsworth Air Force Base, which is all over there. We'll jump over to this other one here. This one here says United States Navy on the side. Get up a little closer here, check it out. This one's a C-54D Skymaster. Tell some information on it there. Candy bombers. 1948-9. There's some cool history. You can pause on any of that you want to. This guy, well, that one guy there dropped 250,000 parachutes. He was a pilot. That's a cool old plane right there. Pretty cool being able to look at these close up like this. We'll jump out to some of the ones out front there. We're on the path the way out front. I just wanted to show you the tail end of the B-52 here, just to show you the scale of that thing. You can see that building down there is probably 40 foot square, that little roof. You can see the cars going in and out. Then you look at this airplane, it just dwarfs that stuff. So this thing is big. And we'll come out front here, check some of these out. Look at that rocket. It's ready to take off there. Let's walk around the end of this deal here. There's a bunch of, I don't know, there's probably, I don't know how many planes in total are here. Maybe, I don't know, 25, 30 of them, I would guess. Get over here to their sign plaques. They do have indoor stuff here as well, but they're not open today, so we're not going to go through there. But if you're in the area, you might want to check that stuff out. Here's the Minuteman too. There's also a Minuteman silo just east of here, an old bombing silo. This tells about the history of the Cold War there. This is a 1.2 megaton nuclear warhead. Top speed 17,000 miles an hour. That's crazy. You wouldn't want that coming down on you. That would ruin the day for a lot of people right there. Here's another one here. LGM-30F, Minuteman 2. Intercontinental. This is a 1.2 megaton. Doomsday Prevention Team. Pretty wild to think of the things that they were armed with. Still are, really. Another smaller plane here. Let's see what this one is. This shows some more information on that rocket we just showed you there. Army helped protect the Ellsworth Air Force Base. That's interesting. So that one's got 3 explosive warheads on it. It must break apart when it comes down. This is the C-45H right here. There's some of the information on that one. Top speed 220 miles an hour. This plane was built in 1942. Get over to the side here. See if we can get behind it a little bit, show you the whole thing. There's the tail section. Highly polished aluminum. Pretty cool. It's kind of an unusual jet here. Check out the information on that. Tells some information here on some Vietnam era stuff here. Even the building is historic here. It tells about the building too. Interceptor alert hangar. National Guard has a squadron at Sioux Falls since 1952, it says there. One of 2 bases in South Dakota. This one is wild though. Maybe there's more than 25 planes here. There's quite a few off in the distance here, so we'll keep walking here. This one has a red line there. I don't know if you're putting something out the window or what, but it has a red line there on the side. It says propeller. See that line? That's a warning you that you don't want to go past that red line or you might get whacked by the propeller. Doolittle's Raiders right here. It's a B-25 Mitchell. I'll tell some history on there. 1942 Doolittle's Raid, a bomber mission. So you can pause on that if you want to and read the history of that. 300 miles an hour, crew of 5. A VB-25J Mitchell. That shows a different one there in that picture, but this was Eisenhower's personal transport between 44 and 45 right there during World War II. There's a lot of history to that right there. There's a few helicopters, or a helicopter over here anyway. We'll check that out too. Guess we'll just walk this path here and show you what there is. There's an F-10 or F-101B Voodoo right there. There's the information on that one. That one would go 1,100 miles an hour. A crew of 2, and you could get some missiles on there, even some nuclear powered missiles. There's another signboard here. F-86H Sabre. Battling gravity. 680 miles an hour. It's 4 20 millimeter cannons on there. Tell some of the history on it. Miss Janet, this one's called. Almost looks like the nose is cut right off, but that's how they suck the air in there. It's got it plugged off in there right now. This one's called the blast panel. I guess that's the gun. The guns are in there. Danger ejection seat, it says up on there. Well, this one's called a C-47 Skytrain here. I'll show you the information on it here. Flying the hump. This one can carry 6,000 pounds of cargo. Continental, 230 miles an hour. See if we can get to the back side of it here, get around the wing. Got a couple more over here to the left. Check those out in a minute. Let's give you a better view of this one here. And we've got a A26A/B26K counter invader right here. Night hid the attacks until the bombs dropped. Retired after Korea, tells about it there. 12,000 pounds of bombs and rockets. 8 50 caliber machine guns. 322 miles an hour. Oh yeah, look at the guns right out the nose there. You see all 8 of them right there, 50 cals sticking out the nose. That could do some damage. And we got another jet plane back here. There's a lot of the military housing and stuff off in the distance. This one's an EB57B, Canberra, right there. Couple ejection seats up on there. Show you the information. 610 miles an hour. Payload: electronic transmitters and jammers. So this one would haul around stuff for electric warfare. Tells why it's named after the capital of Australia. A lot of history here. Really cool place. If you're ever out in this area, come check it out. Just east of Rapid City, right off I-90. So anybody that's going to Mount Rushmore or Sturgis or going out to Yellowstone or anything, driving across I-90 here, you can stop in and check it out if you're into these old planes or military history. We're going to jump over to a couple more here. And we'll check this one out. This one's also got the propeller warnings on there to tell you how far back to go. This one's a C-131D Samaritan. Speedy delivery, built in the 1950s. This one was made for delivering stuff. Payload: 44 passengers or 20 stretchers. Maybe injured people, I guess, in there too. Injured soldiers. Tells about, this is a gray tail. Jump over here, you got a helicopter, a couple more planes back in here. Got a good view of the place from here. This is an Air Force helicopter here. We'll jump around the other side of it. And we'll check out this little plane at the back here. This one's an O-2A Skymaster. It's kind of a funny little plane there, isn't it? Multitasking under fire. Flew slow and low over Vietnam, directly supporting troops. So if you were in Vietnam, you probably like seeing this one coming. And you could spot it a mile away with that funny shape to it. Why does it have a double tail right there? It has push and pull engines. That's interesting. Here's another jet here. This one's an F-105B Thunder Chief. Top speed 1,370. It's a fighter plane. £12,000 of ordnance. It's got one M61 Vulcan 20mm cannon on there. Step over here and you can check it out. There it is. It's great that they've saved all these, and it's a lot of history here, American history, military history. If it wasn't for places like this, this stuff would have got scrapped years ago. And probably a lot of the other ones have, but these here have been saved. So this is a UH-1F rescue helicopter. This shows about the flood in 1972. They killed a lot of people in Rapid City, and they used this one here to help. I can hear a big jet coming up out of the Air Force Base there. Don't know if we're going to see it fly over or not. But you can hear it rumbling over there. Is an F-84F right here. Thunderstreak. There's a picture of them, a couple of them up in the sky. Close to the Iron Curtain right there. This one flew 695 miles an hour, had 650 cal machine guns, 6,000 pounds of rockets, including a Mark 7 nuclear bomb on there too. This is a fighter jet right there. And we'll catch this one and then we'll jump to the other side here. There's another jet here. This one's a trainer. First trainer jet right there. T-33A Shooting Star. There's the information on it. This was in a base in North Dakota around 1970. Had a more colorful paint job back then, was more common back then apparently. No weaponry, just a trainer right there. Now we'll jump over to the other side here. Well, there's another jet over here. And another one beyond it, so we'll check these two out. This one's an F-102A Delta Dagger. It's a fighter. There's some of the information on it. In the 60s. 6 air-to-air missiles, 24 folding fin artillery rockets, and Falcon nuclear missiles on here. That's crazy. The Delta Dagger right there. There it is. 1960 to 1977 era. Those were used a lot. Well, we gotta get out on the front of these. I'll jump up here with you. This one's an FB-111A Aardvark. And you'll see here why they call it an aardvark. Because of the long nose. You can see the aardvark there. Notice the folding wings on it. Variable speed wings. It's a bomber. Nuclear armed. Top speed of 1,400 miles an hour. That's probably why they got such a point to it, but we'll get a little beyond it here and you can check out the long nose on that thing. Pretty wild looking. Really long pointy nose on that. And it would go 1,400 miles an hour. Taking bombs all over the place. This other one here, you can see it right there. We're going to look at it in a minute. Supersonic training wings right here. This is the prototype. No weaponry. Went 860 miles an hour and it was a trainer. There it is right there. Kind of a small one. Pretty sleek though. You can see the size of that compared to the size of the aardvark. This one here looks like it was meant for business. An A-7D Corsair 2. Big little bomb carrier. You can read the information there. Payload 24mm cannon plus 15,000 pounds of mixed ordnance. Boy, 15,000 pounds of bombs that, or weaponry that it could carry. This one tells about a guy born and raised in western South Dakota. And the whole history of him, you can read that. That's pretty interesting. This was an attack plane. Crew of 1. If you were flying that, you were fully in charge of your destiny right there with that. One person. Pilot was Lieutenant Colonel G.A. Rathbun, as we showed you the history there on the on the sign. He was the pilot of that one. We got two more we'll check out here. These are a little smaller. This one here, didn't see a sign plaque for the other one, but this one, oh, I guess this is a sign plaque for both. There's one on the left and one on the right. US U-3A, U-8D. Tells a little history on them. These are utility planes, 240 miles an hour. Behind the Iron Curtain right there. There it is, parked in West Berlin. Give you a quick glimpse of them here. Think of all the history of these planes and where they've been and the missions they've been on. Just amazing, really. Some of these have altered world history, I'm sure, with what they've done. Well, we're going to end it over here with this one. This is a nuclear missile here. Right there. 1.4 to 3.75 megaton nuclear head, 15,000 miles an hour. HGM-25A Titan 1. And this tells a lot of the history of it. This is back in the 60s and stuff. Looks like it was main disadvantage. Couldn't be fueled up until just before the launch, when the airmen swiftly pumped 150,000 pounds of oxidizer under each missile. So they'd have to quickly do that right before they wanted to fire it. That was the disadvantage of it. One step away from the war right there. There's President Kennedy. So you can pause on any of this stuff you want to. This is interesting. You can see the U.S. spy plane Shadow there taking the picture of the Soviet ship during the nuclear missiles to Cuba crisis right there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a little off from our normal, but just thought it was a really cool place. And we love all kinds of history, and we love aviation stuff, automobiles, trains, you name it. So, and just we're also into the general antiques and stuff, as you've watched our videos on those things, so we'll get into anything. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next round. We'll jump over to this last one here. But if you like these kinds of things, please subscribe if you haven't already. Give us thumbs up, give us good comments. All these things help. And the more help we get, the more we can do videos for you to check out. This one's a B1 Lancer right here. B1 Bomber. These are pretty wild. 950 miles an hour. Bomber for the 21st century. And these are what you see, a lot of jets like this coming up out of Ellsworth. There's some pictures of them coming out of Ellsworth there. Loaded with features, technology. Check out any of that you want. 75,000 pounds of guided and unguided munitions. 4 people for a crew, 950 miles an hour. That's pretty wild. If you're a bad guy somewhere, you see this coming, that will not make your day. Anyway, we'll catch you on the next round.